What up, what up, what up? It's Juline, the voice. I did not disappear, and TikTok is still here. Aha! I already saw this coming. But that's a class for another time. That's a different jurisdiction. We hear about the word. But yeah, we back, right? Again, with Trust the Plus, where the word and life come together to make sense, and this is another Daytok for you. And we're going to be coming out of Matthew 5:14. And despite what I said, this is a very appropriate verse for what's been happening lately. It goes like this. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. All right. What does that mean? I'm glad you asked. Voice that came out of nowhere. Who said that, right? Followers of Jesus, right? Christians are supposed to be beacons, right? It goes into the light of the world, the salt of the earth verse, right? Just defining healing and spreading of the good news and helping people be transformed and changed, right? But anyway, I go into it, right? It's supposed to be truth in the world, right? It's supposed to be shining brightly, so others can see it. It's through deeds. It's how people get drawn to God, right? It's not smacking them in the head with the Bible, right? It's people get drawn to God by seeing people walk the walk, right? You're not just talking, like it's not just this, like you live in it, right? And they can see the transformation, the changes in it because it's real. It's not fake. It's on a paper, and you just put on the front in front of the TV, right? You do this thing when nobody's watching, and so like the city on the hill is visible, right? A city on the hill. Have you ever seen any kind of movies with utopias or even if you go around in different places and stuff like that, you see certain cities on the hilltops, right? It's hard to miss. Like, you can't miss a city that's on the hilltop, right? It's in a whole different elevation, right? And you have no choice but everybody has no choice but to see it, right? Even if you pass by it, even if you wasn't trying to look for it, right? You have to see it. It's just there, right? It can't be concealed. What you gonna conceal on the hilltop? Nothing, right? And so it's us actively sharing the gospel through our life and through action, right? So light of the world, again, is we're supposed to illuminate, right? We're supposed to bring light into the darkness of this world, right? We're not supposed to be sitting here watching things happen, letting the negativity turn around and win, right? Letting all this crazy, like, we're supposed to be turning around and being there and really shine the light on things, right? Whether it's in truth and we gotta come against some people, right? Or whether it's to turn around and bring some positivity to the situation, or whether it's just be a comfort for somebody. But we're supposed to bring some kind of light that lets people understand that you don't have to sit in this darkness. You don't have to stay in the valley, right? And even if you are in the valley, you don't have to fear it, right? Because we all know, right? I walk in the valley of shadow of death, right? You already know. You know it. Right? And then the city on the hill, again, city on the hill is we're exposed, right? We're people meant to be exposed. And I say that not in a negative context. I say it in the context where the world is gonna gravitate to looking to see what we do, right? People trying to see if we're gonna be a hypocrite. People trying to see if we're gonna switch up. People trying to see if we're gonna change, right? Everybody's always looking for excuse to make us in this walk, to make our faith, to make our belief in Jesus, to make God seem out to be this facade, because everybody just always wants to be used to seeing everything as it's collapsible and non-existent, and it's not real. And the thing we got to show them is it is, right? But I mean, we don't hide it from them, right? It's not ignorable, right? We do it and people see it. And then again, the final portion is we got to be active witnesses, right? So we have to encourage people to actively live out this faith, right? It starts with us first. It starts with example first, right? It's just like when you're teaching your kids, or when you were a kid and your parents was teaching you, right? They didn't start off by saying, all right, you do it and then I'll do it after, right? They did it first, right? You can't turn around and tell people a whole bunch of stuff and you're not doing it. That's irritating on many. You don't even have to be a Christian. That's just irritating on many levels, all levels, right? Nobody likes a hypocrite. And so, we got to live it out, not hide it. The world always wants to make us be ashamed. Out of all the different things that's been accepted in the world, right? For some reason, we get put into this corner where we have to be ashamed about who we are. Why? I'd be ashamed for spreading positivity, for caring about my neighbor, for loving other people. For telling them there's something beautiful after this life. Like, why do I need to be ashamed of that? Yo, make that make sense, right? But it's all right. We let actions do the talking, right? We're not going to sit here and do a lot of this. We're going to let actions do the talking. So you go ahead and live the way that you live in, right? And I'm going to continue living this walk and this life for God, right? And we'll see who's on the other end of the outcome, which outcome turned around and worked out. And I got a hint for you because I turned around and did the outcome. It's God's. God's way works, right? Here, I'll continue reading, right? There's 2 more verses that are really important to that 14th verse. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. There's people who just need to see the good in this world, and you might be the only Jesus they see, right? You're the reason that neighborhood is not completely gone over, right? Because you're still there, and God says even if just one of his people was there, right? It makes a difference, right? You're the reason why the school didn't completely get turned upside down, because you're there, right? The job is still standing because you're there, right? Your family members are still holding on because you're there. Again, God's people need to understand exactly when God is moving through you, exactly how powerful that is, right? And this verse says that you are part of a bigger picture, and if we would just see that picture, right, more people can receive light and less darkness. More people can see people who proactively live a life of righteousness instead of just saying they do it, right? And then more people can be open to the idea that you don't have to be ashamed about it. It's not something to hide. You're not fake. It's not a cult. It's real. So prove it. And that's all I got for you. And I'll catch you again on the next Daytok on Trust the Plus. All right, and remember, no mess, no fuss. Always trust the plus. Peace out.